Hey, this is Kyle Benedict with MISO BIM. This tutorial topic is on selecting objects, and this is an intermediate level course. The selection tools help ensure that you select the objects you want and none of the ones you don't. These tools are located in two places. Underneath the Modify button, there's this Select drop-down, and here they are. This is located under every single tab, so you can always access it quickly and easily. But the quicker and easier place to access these tools is down at the bottom right of your workspace. Alright, so let's go through the tools and I'll show you how they work using a few examples here and how they can be a benefit to you. First, you'll see I've got an AutoCAD import DWG file. I've also got an image import JPEG file. And then I've got our standard Revit objects that we've modeled in this project. Okay, starting with the first tool, which is Select Links. Now, this AutoCAD DWG file has been linked into our project using the Insert Link CAD tool. Note that this will not work if you simply imported the CAD file. So I've linked the CAD. This also works with IFC or Revit files. And you'll see I can select this just like I select any other object. But if you're drawing over your CAD file and using it as a reference to model in your Revit project, odds are you don't want to select this by accident or move it as you're tracing over it. So the Select Links tool will prevent that from happening by checking it, getting the little red X, and now you will not be able to select links. Very helpful tool. The next one is Select Underlay Elements. Okay, since that is not checked, I'll go to level 2, and you can see here my underlay is set to level 1. So level 1 is lightly grayed out to let us know the underlay is on. But again, this is another circumstance where we're probably just using this as a reference and we don't want to be able to select these objects. Okay, I'm sure plenty of you have been in this situation where you meant to select or delete something in the view you're working in and you accidentally selected something from the level below. Well, the way to prevent that is with this tool. So we will select that tool and make sure the red X is showing. And now you'll see I cannot select any of the underlay elements. Alright, the next one is Select Pinned Elements. So you'll see this JPEG is currently pinned. I will unpin it just to show you this example. A lot of you, I'm sure, have brought in an image file to trace over as a reference, just like with a CAD, but sometimes we don't have CAD files to trace, so it could be a hand-drawn sketch that we scanned, brought into Revit using Insert Image, and then scaled it. And once it's scaled and you're about to use it as a reference, it's good practice to pin it anyway, just so you don't accidentally move it. So we select the object, pin it, and now even if we do accidentally grab it, we can't move it because it's pinned. And if you're using newer versions of Revit, if you accidentally delete it, you will get a pop-up letting you know you're deleting a pinned object. But we can circumvent even selecting this at all by checking the Select Pinned Objects tool. So once I do that, get the little red X, any objects that are pinned in your project, whether it's a JPEG or even a wall, you can no longer select. I will unpin the wall just so we can be able to select that again later. Now the next tool is Select Elements by Face. This tool is extremely helpful for being able to select walls and floors. Right now it is not checked, so as you can see, when I hover over the floor in the center of it, I can easily select it. Now a lot of you are probably saying, how is he doing that? And that's because in your Revit project, it's very likely that this is checked, like so. Now if I go back to this floor, I'm clicking all around it, I cannot select it at all. And I'm sure you know what you have to do is go towards an edge of the floor, which also shares the same space as walls. Hit your tab button on your keyboard once or twice, and now I can select the floor. Well, you can totally bypass that by selecting this, and one click you can select the floor right in the center of it. Also helpful for ceilings and, like I said, walls in an elevation view. If that is checked and we're not able to select the objects, have to get it on the edges, right? But in the center, I cannot select the wall. If I click that again, select it by face, I can quickly and easily select the wall by choosing anywhere on its face. Alright, this brings us to our final tool, which is drag elements on selection. When this is selected, that allows you to grab an object and quickly drag it. Sometimes this is unintentional, sometimes you mean to do it. Well, this button will prevent you from doing it unintentionally. So when it is unintentional, it's oftentimes you mean to grab one object and drag that, but you accidentally grab another, and next thing you know, it's off the sheet or in the wrong position, whatever the case may be. Well, selecting that will prevent that from happening. So now I'm grabbing this, and as you can see, I'm pretty much just drawing a selection window rather than pulling the objects with me. Can't grab this wall, I can't grab this bed, it just keeps drawing selection windows. So that tool prevents you from accidentally grabbing something and dragging it when you didn't intend to. One final thing to note is that there is a little bit of overlap with some of these tools. Your Select Links tool does control this AutoCAD file, but you could also pin this AutoCAD file and it would be controlled by the Select Pinned Elements tool as well. So that's just one extra thing to be aware of as you're using these tools, because as always, there's more than one way to do the same thing in Revit. And that concludes our course on selecting objects. Thanks for watching.